Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of interesting answers to the File Explorer in Windows and how it could be improved. It's not always slow in everything. There are things that it works well, but it's interesting. Some people were, asking for different panels that would show different information, things that might be different. Ways out of view is different, having separations with different information on each tab or each panel. Another one is about the search being very slow, and yes, it is slow. One of the biggest problems is that it should technically be faster, because one of the things that happens in Windows is the indexing. When you actually are looking at the Windows search settings, one of the things that it actually wants to do is to do and index certain folders. And of course, there's the indexing options that are more advanced that you can look. And it has actually a certain number of folders that you can exclude, a certain number of folders that you can add. And you have, of course, classic and enhanced, which are different. And part of your File Explorer search speed has to do with the indexed files. Because what happens here is that you might notice that sometimes, and I've got that regularly, people saying, I've got a new PC and it seems to be slow. And often that sluggishness is from, the first few days of use. Why? Because it's indexing all the files that you will maybe at some point search for. So you get to the search here and you try to find something, and it's kind of difficult to let it, find what you want. In this case, it was very quick because some of the files in the indexing were actually showing up here. So this is kind of cool because it brings you quickly to a certain folder, certain place. That was fast. These are Commodore 64 images for games. Now, that was fast because it's in the standard folders of what you're searching for. The problem with the indexing is that when you're outside of the folders that you're actually looking for, this is where classic becomes not the one you want. You want to have enhanced, but enhanced will also include much more of the files on your PC. It'll make it faster, but also use more resources. So the File Explorer is, in the way that it works, needs to have that indexing done. If it doesn't do it, what happens is that your computer is going to take a tremendous amount of time to find stuff. One of the things that you might notice is when you try to find DLL files within the Windows system, or even system files, these are not places where usually Windows indexes anything. So that takes a tremendous amount of time, and that is very, very slow. So there definitely are probably some ways that this could be better. I've seen someone mention about the lack of support for very, very long strings of characters for the file names and the folders and subfolders and all of that. This is why there is talk about that new file system that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people were saying, well, we don't need to have any new file system. This is fine. Well, no, that's where it is needed. NTFS is, of course, one of the file systems. It's been running for a long time now. And like everything, it ends up having at some point some limitations that will need to be overcome. And of course, that comes with new file systems that could be on the computer. I think that maybe if they are working on a new File Explorer, there should be ways to have that File Explorer maybe work more efficiently in searching. Depending on what you have, an old magnetic hard drive, an SSD, Also, that is going to impact the speed of search. But it all depends where you're searching. Like I said, when you're searching, you've just seen it. When you're searching on your standard folders, it's really fast. But when you're searching on something else, you're searching on folders that are not the standard indexed folders, system folders, and so on, that's where it's really sluggish. And there must be, I'm pretty sure, ways to make this better over time. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you for participating and answering my questions.